Oh, that happened in Israel. We're at the Wailing Wall.
Mm-hmm. You saw a hot Israeli.
A bunch of them.
You almost became Ethan Klein.
There was a group of female soldiers.
Yeah.
And I will say 100% of them were attractive.
Yeah.
There was no ugly, stocky one of the bunch. Like, since they all have to go in the military.
Wait, a DFF?
Defense.
Designated fat friend? Isn't that what it is?
I don't know.
No, it's DUFF.
But I'm saying, like, you didn't... It's not like the women were there because they were kind of, like, tough and wanted to be, like, and they're, like, a tomboy and, like, wanted to be in the military. So it's possible that you get a group of models who just happen to be in the same brigade or whatever.
Squad goals.
But the funny part is, so these like 30 girls come out with their machine guns.
Oh yeah, they're IWI Tavors.
They are packing heat.
That's Israeli. Israeli weapon.
They've
something.
They probably been doing their Krav Maga training and stuff.
That's what IWI stands for.
But immediately all the men from every tourist country in the world
just
they don't care. They don't care that Jews have been worshiping at that spot for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And continually, 24 hours a day. They don't care. All of a sudden, they don't care about the conflict going on that these soldiers are here, but there's the Muslim controlled area up there and they have their own soldiers hanging out and it's tense. Mm-hmm. There's fighting that goes on just
miles
100 feet away.
Yeah.
No, not miles away. Just
100 feet away.
Yes. At the eastern gates and stuff.
The gates, the strip.
I know. They don't care about any of that. All they care is these beautiful, Israeli soldier girls. Mm-hmm. They're not looking anywhere else. Then they want to talk.
Command does.
Then like, hey, I bet, because they know English.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're like, how's it going?
Yeah.
They want to say be the first guy in the world to make some comment to them,
Yeah.
It was just funny. It's just like, I guess.
So what'd you say?
I was just watching Dad to see. I'm including Dad in one of those.
I forgot you were there with Dad.
Program. This is the Bad Brothers Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The official podcast.
What if scratch that? Scratch. Cut.
Why?
Edit that out. Edit that out. I'm not even kidding.
The official podcast of people who listen to this. If you have this podcast in your rotation, it's your official. It's the official podcast of you.
We just can't say that word.
Why?
'Cause
you mentioned
what?
Where that you work for.
That's all I said.
And people, you work with people.
That's all I said.
You're a.
That's all I said.
So it's not like you're hogging or hauling wood chips or anything.
Yeah.
Or hogging them.
Yeah.
You're with people.
There's railroads with people.
How many?
A lot.
Freaking that Cascade.
Yep.
One out to Mount Rainier and stuff.
Yep.
That's a ripoff. Don't do that, people. It's a waste.
There's one in Colorado that looks cool. That goes through this canyon.
If you got a Groupon, you could do that.
I want to do the one where you pedal the little cars.
No, I'm on there to not. Oh, yeah. They have that down in Oregon.
Yeah. Well, there's one around here, too.
Oh, is there a nice one here?
I think it's on that same line.
Oh.
or Mount Rainier one at a LLB or whatever.
Okay, I have a train question
So
for
don't
you.
say the word anymore. Good luck.
Oh, wait, we have to do our jokes.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to do a secret signal to Will.
Cue the music.
By acting as his own lawyer, Michael Avenatti, remember him?
No.
He was caught up in the Stormy Daniels. He was the lawyer and everything.
Oh, no.
But since found out he's like a shady guy. Extremely shady guy. By acting as his own lawyer, Michael Avenatti was able to personally question Stormy Daniels in court. And this was after promising to cross-examine her for 6 hours.
Oh, boy.
Usually seeing Stormy Daniels getting hammered for 6 hours would cost you at least $19.95.
Only fans.
See, that's what I mean. That was basic. It was good. It was a good little chuckle.
Yeah, it was
Michael
perfect.
Avenatti, welcome back, man.
Little wordplay, little stuff.
Lamar Odom,
Oh, boy.
says he deeply misses Khloe Kardashian and regularly dreams about her. I've always wondered what happens in a crack coma.
Probably misses that.
You dream about Khloe
Misses
Kardashian.
that full wallet.
Dude, I was going to do a joke about your free crack pipes.
Oh. What? Did you just say your free crack pipes?
I mean, I think you can get them. Anyone can get them.
Yeah, I think they come with the COVID tests.
The post office is delivering your COVID test and your crack pipe.
Yeah. Was that it?
Yeah.
Did you hear about this?
Was that good enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear about this? Milltown Mel, the groundhog, who for years has offered his weather predictions on Groundhog's Day, died.
Dang it.
His handlers said Mel recently crossed over the Rainbow Bridge, and this was just days before Groundhog's Day, February 2nd. They scrambled to find a replacement rodent, but they were fruitless in their efforts.
So well written.
Little did they know, Stuart Little had recently finished his PhD in meteorology at UCLA and would have been happy to help.
Nice.
But probably the most famous groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil, in Pennsylvania. Milltown Mel was from New Jersey. Punxsutawney Phil emerged from his burrow and poured one out for his homie before predicting 2 more weeks of winter.
Nice. Wait, I thought it was either 6 or 0.
I thought it was 2. Is it 6?
I thought so.
Well, I'll edit it right now.
Let me add it back in.
Okay, hold on. Did you hear about this? Milltown Mel, a groundhog who has for years offered his weather... Oh.
I could just put the last one right in.
I'm just kidding. The New York City's new mayor, I forgot his name, says it's hard to tell the difference between a person hooked on cheese and someone hooked on heroin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I totally get what he means. Too much of either of those and has some of us running for the nearest toilet trying to contain a blowout.
Yeah.
Cheese. Yep. I got it. I know how you know how you love looking at
Ladies.
the ladies on the gram.
I do?
I'm getting there. That have the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
The plastic surgery before and after.
Me and Karen, shout out to Karen.
And the screwed up plastic surgery and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't like looking at that.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, that makes me sad.
Well, have you heard of the Shadow Mustache?
Have you heard of this?
Have you heard of this? This isn't a joke. Turn the music off. Have you heard of the Shadow Mustache?
I just love the commanding you because that's not actually your personality. So for a second, it sounded like Turn that off.
It's called the Shadow Mustache, and it happens when ladies get too much lip filler. They get so much lip filler that their lip now sits in front of their actual lip. The pink of their lip sits in front of their regular skin lip under their nose, and it creates a shadow if the light is straight on, and it looks like a little shadow mustache.
I believe it. And I'll give you the perfect person. Here's a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Gabby Lambie. Gabby Lambie.
How do you spell
I just said it phonetically because it's Gabby Lammy, but
Oh, gotcha.
Gabby.
Yeah, she has some crazy lip fillers.
She is addicted to lip fillers. Oh, she posted a picture of her old lips. See, that's her down in the green. If you scroll down.
Yeah.
That's her, no tattoos, like nary an upper lip.
Mm-hmm.
And look at her upper lip now.
Yeah, it looks a little rough.
It's almost like her skin looks like it's bursting.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when she does no makeup.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Except she has a post making fun of Greta Thunberg. Just looking at
Yeah.
So I'm team Gabby Lammy.
Yeah, so I have a big qualm with this ridiculous
I don't know why I follow her,
lip fillers. Look like a couple of slugs running across your face.
Pour some salt on me.
Yeah, it probably hurts because, like you said, they're like bursting open. Probably if you do get salt on it, it stings. But yeah, and it's so bad it makes this like dark line. Like those, remember those like thin French mustaches? Just like a single dark line across your lip.
Oh, freaking Kristen Wiig was just on SNL. Not just, but
When
time she hosted.
Yeah. She got the lip filler.
She got the lip filler, and it was like I didn't even enjoy watching it because I was looking at her lip the whole time.
Right. Same with red-headed Australian lady who's in Big Little Lies, Sweet Little Lies. One of those shows. There's a couple of them that has the same name.
Amy Adams or
older. She was Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, she got lips done, and it's like she can't like talk right. Like her lips don't
she did get her
move
lips
correctly.
Done. Freaking Sweet Home Alabama. She got her lips done.
Who's that?
You know what? Sandra Bullock. That was one of the worst ones. And I've said it before in this podcast, but I saw her in the airport. When I saw her,
and you saw her on Adam Ray's podcast.
When I saw her in the movies, I was like, she's pretty.
Yeah.
She's obviously pretty, but I wasn't like, oh my word. But then I saw her in real life in the freaking international flights wing at LAX.
Mm-hmm.
My face was literally like 6 inches away from her butt on the escalator. But I saw her, not just her butt, but I did end up also seeing her face.
Yeah.
She was gorgeous.
Oh, someone just posted on TikTok.
She was way better looking in person. Usually it would be the other way around because you're getting like, you're curating the look.
This girl posted on TikTok and she's like, why is your gym so great? Mine has Sandra Bullock, and it's just like she has the phone set up like she's doing her workout, and then in the background Sandra Bullock just like walks through.
Oh, that's cool.
And grabs a weight or something. But here's also, it is Big Little Lies, Nicole Kidman. It seems like she didn't just get lip fillers in the pink part. It seemed like she also got it like around the corners.
Oh, yeah.
And it just sticks out weird, and I could hardly watch the show.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And it was a good show. And it has the guy from Parks and Rec in it, and it's serious.
It doesn't look good. Botulism is overrated.
It's not Botox.
What do they do for lip fillers?
They add in. They're adding.
You're probably an expert. What do they do?
They're adding. It's like some.
Oh yeah, because it's filler.
Saline.
Botox kills your.
Right. So it's like adding something, and
Shout out Tammy, I love you.
technically over time your body like disintegrates it or whatever.
Right.
But when you get it done, it's just so bad.
Oh, especially I can tell like on the Kristen Wiig one, it's like you must have wanted to make sure your lips were nice and full right before SNL, but it was frozen. You can tell when it's frozen.
And it's usually favors one side for whatever reason.
That's what I was gonna say. It dissipates. How are you gonna guarantee that it's gonna dissipate the same?
Mm-hmm. Or you end up with like lumps or whatever, and then you got to get it done again to fix a lump, and then it's this vicious cycle.
I wonder how much it's. Just like people who are overweight for a long time and then they lose weight and their skin's all stretchy. What if you have saggy lips? People with saggy ear holes, like from their gauges.
Oh, I wonder if you have saggy lips.
Lip bags.
Oof.
Baggy lips.
Yeah. But yeah,
not good. They make that sound like the windbreaker pants used to make when you walk.
Gross. You can't whistle because it's just all floppy. It's just like when you try to whistle.
I wanted to do this sound first.
Yeah. Sorry, anyone out there who has lip filler, but
don't do it.
In my personal opinion, don't do it.
Because you know what's the most attractive thing about now?
Being confident in your body.
Being confident. It's the number one most attractive thing.
Just go out there and live your life.
Yes. Do men not understand that sometimes they do it for themselves and not for other people? Yes, that's fine.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
And there's also probably a majority of men that like it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a majority. I've never heard that many vouch for.
True.
But I've heard tons of people talk about how they don't like it.
Right. Also think a majority of men are trash.
I think so. But yeah, it just projects an air of insecurity.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously a fad.
It's a fad and it is obvious and you can't hide it. It looks fake.
So it's like you got to go along with the fad.
Like there's people that get boob jobs that get normal sized boob jobs that you don't really know that it happened until they start getting sick from it and dying. You heard of that?
Yeah.
Implant sickness.
Yeah.
And then you got to get them taken out, and then you got saggy pancakes, and then you got giant shadow mustache, and it's all wrecked.
Pancakes and shadow mustache. I have a random good follow. Oh, I talked about this last time. I should have included it. We talked about the train guy. Okay, was that on the episode?
Francis.
Yeah, because I was sending Will ugly pictures, but it started out that I wanted to be. It started out that I wanted to be that high pitched voice train guy
who Francis. Does the GoPro of his face.
Yeah. It's so funny, but that like makes it more like you want to watch it because it's like it's even stranger.
He's so crazy.
Here's just like a random TikTok recommendation. French guy Theo.
Yeah.
He also has an innocent looking face, but he's a little more he's a little more normal, and he reviews French cuisine. A lot of it's desserts.
Mm-hmm.
And he just tells you where it's at, what the thing is. It's just short. It's not weird. He's not like going, oh, ooh, ooh, oh, this, oh, this.
Oh my gosh, it's an AC-34.
This croissant. Oh. He's not doing that. He just tells you how it is. It's nice. He enjoys it for sure.
We've come all the way out to Westshire, England to see the PC-332. I hope we get some tones.
Yes, I was just going to say, he always just like begs them to like blow their horn.
Oh, blow it. Just toot that horn.
Toot it. I hope we get some toots today.
That's what I miss about working in the yard. I don't get
Hearing the toots?
I don't get to toot the horn anymore.
You toot?
Yeah, I toot the horn.
Oh, and you got to move it here and there?
Yeah, I got to cross the street. You got to toot the horn. It's the rules.
Oh, anyways.
Yeah, this looks good. He does look like Francis Bourgeois' brother.
That's what I said. He's got an innocent little
Has the
soft face.
Is the mid part back in the UK?
I don't know. Yeah, he's definitely rocking the mid part.
I mean, these desserts just look amazing.
Yeah. I have a continuation from last week, which is I have some more questions.
Bring it.
And these are more. Will's wanted to go back in time at the beginning of the podcast to when we had certain questions.
Yeah.
We started the podcast with 18 first date questions as a way to spring some conversation to life.
Trying to be better brothers because we're bad brothers. That's the whole point of the pod.
If you could talk to your teenage self, what would you say?
What would I say? I would.
Don't.
Oh, jeez. I would say invest in Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
Buy Bitcoin. No, but kind of along those lines actually is learn money management and all that. Learn more financial stuff about budgeting, all sorts of stuff like that.
Did you not have good financial management?
No, I was 18 and got a credit card because that's what you're supposed to do to build credit. And it didn't end up well. Really? So yeah, now we're had to learn it all later. Dang it. So
what would I say? I'd say go ahead, man. Drink that beer, smoke that blunt.
yeah, live your life.
They're gonna legalize it in a while anyways.
Right.
You want to be on board, man.
Yeah, if I could try to convince myself to be more outgoing, like in school and stuff. Make more friends besides my 3 friends from youth group.
Yeah.
It's funny, somehow we're talking about yearbooks and people writing in yearbooks and stuff. And there was this
I just sent you all those pictures.
I know, those were great.
Will woke
What
up
was that?
Well, Will woke up to about pictures of a dozen old classmates of
2002?
mine.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. That's when I graduated, 2002.
Yeah. And so we're talking about people writing in there. And I said that I didn't have a lot of friends, like, closer friends in high school, but it's funny because then people would write in your yearbook and they'd be like, oh, let's hang out, blah, blah. And they put their phone number there. And I remember there was this girl, I'll dox her, Courtney. And speaking of
oh, dang, we can't leave that in now.
she was the Patti Mayonnaise
Dang
of...
it. I'm leaving that in.
You can leave her name in. I don't think anyone's gonna. Who cares?
It's funnier if I don't.
Okay. Courtney. And she was like the class vice president or whatever. Mm-hmm. Because the class president. Anyway, a funny story about the class president. Moved to California, was on a weird app. Anyways, Courtney, who I hardly ever talked to, but had classes with or something. She's like, oh, let's hang out, blah, blah, phone number. And in my brain, I'm like, what? No. And I just like never thought of it again. And then it was like 10 years later, talking to a girl about writing in yearbooks. And there's like, oh yeah, they had a crush on you or whatever, or they liked you.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, what?
Dude.
Are you serious?
Are you cereal?
You for cereal? But yeah, it was like, this funny to think about. That was like just more, more people I could have talked to and whatever, had more friends.
Yeah, I think so too. If I could tell, well, I never got a psychological diagnosis, but I would just tell if I could tell myself about ADD, if that's what my issue is, even though I'm 99.999% sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm taking pills. And I'm back on my pills. And if I could have learned that then, and just some of the ways that I am different, or people see me different, or ways that I'm annoying, or things that I don't like about myself, or things that I can't help about myself without your things you can't change without effort,
Yeah.
things that you do naturally. I just could have saved myself a lot of trouble and a lot of like disappointments and stuff, because now as you get older you live through those things, and I didn't start finding out those things till the last like 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, but since then, it's like, then you have all these habits of your life. Then there's a lot of relationships that went south because blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And even if it's not stuff that you did, if it's some of the stuff that people did to me was like still in response to things that I didn't know about myself, the way people treated me. So if I could learn some of those tools, then I would probably, I'd have my own card shop by now, at least.
Oh yeah.
I'm just,
If I could have
I'm just
gone
a Joe
back,
Schmo, man.
if I could have told myself that even though you went to private school and now high school is really easy and you don't have to study ever at anything, because public school system sucks compared to the private school system, when you get to
Well, I don't
college, it's going to catch up with you. And you're going to have to
Oh, yeah.
know how to study and know how to do stuff instead of just skating on by.
That is true. Yeah, my first semester at college, even though there was a couple easy classes, well, that was just part of it. I just didn't get the grades I could have. And it was a little bit like, oh, I'm going to have to try.
Yeah. Yeah. Next question.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing questions.
Don't yawn. Don't fake sigh.
That was a fake sigh. What, on a scale of 1 to 10,
7.
what's the highest level of pain you've ever been in?
Ooh.
That was just the first one I saw, and I don't even know if I like that question. On a scale of 1 to 10, what pain?
It's weird because I feel like when I've had things that should be really painful, like broken arm, broken foot, whatever, your body
Pain tolerance?
goes into shock mode and
Yeah.
like controls it. So like when I broke my foot, it was just like, oh, well, my foot's broken. Someone drive me to the doctor.
I feel like I'm like that. Maybe it's a brownie
You know what
trait.
did hurt so bad? Is my foot like a week or two later, and the swelling and this swelling so much that the skin was splitting.
Ooh.
And it was like
Yeah, I remember that.
It was like a burning sensation.
I feel like usually in pain, I'm pretty easy keeping myself calm. It's pretty.
Yeah. Well, I keep
can
myself
really-
calm with most stressful
But
situations.
it almost doesn't even feel painful. It's just kind of like, okay, this is the thing now. You gotta
Yeah,
put
it's
this
almost just like
bone back together.
it's almost just like heat. Like you can tell, like it's kind of like there's something going on there.
Yeah.
Like heaty, tingly.
It turns
stuff.
into a mental problem.
Yeah, and now it's like, all right, go to the ER.
Oh, no, I know. What was your favorite date we had? This is character. How was last night? What did you think about it last night?
I loved it. I loved.
Will and I, at the time you're listening to this, we just saw Cheeto Santino, Andrew Santino, the comedian,
Where was it again?
at the Neptune.
Is that where we went before?
No, we went. That's what you said
That's
last
the
time.
Moor.
We went to the Moor, and I said I chose the Moor specifically, so it'd be
The Neptune is up the hill, right?
yeah. I didn't realize it was so big.
Me neither.
I knew it was a bigger tour, but I went and looked at the pictures and stuff online.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. I forget, the I wasn't expecting the opener. It was exciting.
Okay, how about this? What are the times you're most inspired, most motivated, most charged up? Not sexually, just
after a live concert. For real.
Inspired, motivated, charged up.
Yeah, when I see like live music, even if it's just like in a bar and it's a random like cover band.
Like that guy you showed me?
Yeah.
Karaoke Eminem guy?
Yeah, karaoke.
Get charged up?
Let's Go Brandon guy. He's wearing Romeos and a Patagonia fleece and ripping through an Eminem
Romeos,
song.
Romeos, you know who he voted for.
And he's just ripping through this Eminem song. And it was exhilarating. Charged me up.
Yeah.
It's just, I always feel inspired to do music. I just feel inspired to do something you're passionate about. Charged up.
That's good.
Especially if it's like a legit concert of like someone I want to see.
Yeah.
Then it's like really.
That's how I felt after seeing Lord, and I know I shared it on the podcast, but the Lord inspiration / motivation / charging up I got is
the album cover still charges you up.
That actually sexually that's not a big deal. No, but the concert I went to for a melodrama, it's still reverberating with inspiration.
Where was it at?
To this day? Key Arena.
Climate Pledge.
And then they just...
Did I tell you I'm going there?
Yeah, for why?
John Major.
Wait, what?
John Major.
You're seeing John Major?
Yes.
You didn't tell me that.
First row of the side.
Yeah?
First row off the floor.
What group is he doing?
John Major. Sad rock. Sob rock.
Oh, sob rock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's like...
You going with your GF?
Yeah. Dang it. I think that's next month.
Dang. You're kind of an event connoisseur this year.
Lately, yeah. That's kind of the theme of the year, I guess. Maybe it's like post-COVID, whatever. My headphones are stuck around my leg and in the couch.
I noticed he was doing toe geometry with his mic cord again.
It was funny.
He's measuring the circumference. Yeah,
I was creating a sine wave
curve.
Sine wave through my toes.
Sine.
No,
Sine,
we were
cosine,
at dinner.
tangent.
We were at dinner one random day, like a cash dinner because I don't want to cook.
Yeah.
And Lauren's like, I'm gonna go to a concert.
They're having the white caviar instead of the black caviar.
Yeah. She's like, I want to go to a concert. I was like, let's look at concerts. So we just start looking at what's coming up.
App.
What?
Ticketmaster app.
No, Spotify. Did you know Spotify has it? If you go Spotify, search concerts, and then it'll show you first the concerts of bands that you listen to.
Oh.
So we're looking on there, and we see John Major, and then I was like, oh, let's look that up. And I thought it would be crazy, stupid prices, which the ones in the front on the floor were, of course, but there were some because I think he's there for a couple of days, so that probably helped.
Oh, yeah.
So there were some first row of the side, like the first row of the seats going up the side, and Kieran's not that big, so I was like, oh, this will be sweet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they were good price.
Good, John Major.
I hope he really, because I love more than his songs, I love when it's like more jam bandy type stuff from my jazz background.
Gravity!
Oh, what's the other one? Paper Dolls.
I don't know that one.
A bit's about Taylor Swift. Or Slow Dancing in a Burning Room.
Yeah. The Squares one, that's what I got into. There was this like there's this guy on campus, and that's when John Mayer just was like popping off. Room for Squares, is that what it was called? Room for Squares?
Maybe.
Or is that something else? Something about squares. Neon and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I want to run through the halls of my high school. I've sang that on the spot before.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that song.
Neon, neon. You know, all that stuff. And when he actually played acoustic. And there's this like cool guy.
And now the girls are like, oh.
And he knew about him. And so it was like, John Major must be cool because this cool guy knows about him.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen John Mayer in a bear suit asking people if they're excited for the John Major concert, it's one of the greatest YouTube videos of all time.
It's so funny. I say for me, charged, inspired. I say like, if I am like teaching people things, which is maybe one reason I should have been a teacher or something like that.
You still can.
I still can.
You could be one of those night college professors.
I know there's nothing in between being a grade school teacher and then being a college professor. There needs to be like
I think it's called high school.
No, I'm not talking about high school. Above high school.
But below college.
There needs to be a middle.
I think that's because I had a high school teacher who would teach night college a couple days a week.
And I could just do, there needs to be classes. It's kind of like cooking classes or whatever. But it's just like stuff you want to know.
Oh, I think those are called master classes on the online.
Yeah, but it's kind of, mediocre classes.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
We'll start a website.
Yeah, so I'll teach you mediocre classes.
They're only, instead of being like hundreds of dollars for the master classes, they're like $10.
$10. And I'll do stuff like I did, like I talked about the first church at Capernaum last week, right, and Jesus and everything, and Peter and the layers of ash and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I'll just do that for, 45 minutes, let's say.
Yeah.
I'll put a PowerPoint together.
I'd subscribe.
I'll stand in front of a green screen and just for I don't know, 2 weeks. I'm not asking for a 12-week semester or anything like that, because I got to get into my market. My market is not...
Wait, what's 2 weeks?
The class.
I thought you said it was 45 minutes.
I got 2 sessions. You can still WD after 1 week.
I don't know what WD is.
Withdraw. You didn't WD in your days?
Oh yeah,
you just failed them.
Both.
But see, for mediocre classes, it's not people who want to do a whole semester. It's just people who want to know some stuff about some stuff.
Wait, so it's a 45-minute class, but it's
2 45-minute classes.
Once a week?
Once a week.
Oh, okay.
And so that's all the commitment my kind of people want to make.
An hour and a half on Capernaum?
I'd have to mix it up.
Okay.
Dude, I'd do the whole Decapolis.
It'd be 2 weeks on the fishing towns of Galilee.
Exactly. Decapolis, I already said that.
I don't. Did you say Decapolis?
Yeah. Deca, 10. There was 10 cities all around the Sea of Galilee, and then they were all just a little.
What about decapitate?
The 10-headed. No.
Decap.
Dude, that's cap.
Yeah, that's decap, whereas you're saying deca.
Uh-huh. Decapolis.
Decapolis. Decapolis.
Okay. Should we do another question?
Yeah.
Oh, we've gone for way longer than I thought. What book has had the greatest impact of your life?
This book by Yuval Harari called Sapiens.
Oh yeah.
But it actually, I liked it. I have I'm interested in biology and sciencey things, so Anyway, he wrote this book. It's like pretty much talks about, in his opinion, you know, cavemen to modern day, like 20th century. And then he has another one that's what he thinks will happen in the future. But I haven't read that one. But the first one, I just like how, especially like when it starts getting into like the civilization building where like money comes in.
How did it make an impact on your life? You're talking favorite book.
But it also just, I don't know, it just like makes you think about things and how the world works, I think also too.
Yeah.
Because I haven't read a ton of books. But
I haven't either.
I think that it did have an impact that I maybe can't put into words. Because it just was like how you think about certain things, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, money's been around forever. Kind of like how you're saying, was that this week we're talking about the Decapiton or whatever?
Decapolis.
Is that this week?
You mean literally like 3 minutes ago?
No, but like when you first were talking about it. The sex house.
Okay, yeah.
Was that this week?
That was last week because that was Valentine's.
Yeah, so
Day.
Last week when you're talking about there's just normal people in the past.
Yeah,
you know?
They're just normal.
So that's what it, it kind of makes you realize that it's like, oh, this has been going on for a long time. Like money and people being power hungry and interacting with people and trading and blah, blah, blah. It's just interesting and makes you think about stuff. That we're all just sapiens. By Yuval Harari.
Good. My favorite book, I'd
say the most impacting book.
I don't want to get too deep into the most impactful books because there is one, but it's too. That'd be too complicated to talk about. But I will say a book I like the most, and I'm rereading again right now, is Frankenstein, and I liked it. Just just sitting here thinking about this, I just realized this for the first time because I was gonna say like just some of the themes in the way I love I love the philosophical question like between like the doctor and what does he owe the monster. The monster's like, you owe me this light. You created me.
He talks?
Yes, he talks very eloquently, actually.
Oh, I've only just seen like the
that's what I love about the best parts of the book is when they're the different times that they talk to each other. It's just really interesting. So he's like, you owe me just the chance at living a normal, not normal. He knows he's not normal, but he's like, I just want to live a happy life. You at least owe me that. You created me. But he's already done some things by that point that in the Dr. Frankenstein's mind would say like, even if at some point I owed you a good life, I don't owe you a good life now.
Yeah.
And so the question of it, but it's the monster is the monster for a reason. I'll just say that. So there's some like kind of, it's a whole book of melancholy and stuff like that. And I just realized now, just sitting here, is like, I felt like it was one of those things, like it sort of like spoke to me and I connected with it. It was like almost like somebody is like reading my mind, or you sort of feel seen reading that.
Yeah.
Not that I'm always melancholy and everything, because I'm not, but just like the way I think or the things I think about, or like it just sort of like everything in the book sort of catches me, and just that philosophical back and forth. There's no easy answer in the book. I still don't have a solution of what I think is, who's more right than the other. And I sort of love that about it. It's just in perpetual tension,
Yeah, it keeps you thinking.
I love to like chew on those kind of things. So it's inspirational in that way because it's sort of just brings your curiosity, brings sort of excitement to think about.
Another one I should honorably mention because it also inspired me to get a tattoo on my body, so I probably should have thought of that first. It's one called The Man Who Talked with Flowers, and it's about George Washington Carver and how he kind of like, it's kind of like half
carved a bunch of stuff,
half biography.
He was a whittler.
He was the one that did all the stuff with the peanut plant.
He was the first guy to do roadside chainsaw stuff.
Oh yeah,
George Washington Carver.
Those bears holding the signs. But yeah, it's kind of talks about
fishing.
he'd go out into the fields where they're doing all these tests with the plants and stuff. So I don't know why I just said the plants and stuff. And he would pray and just talk with the flowers and just kind of like spend some time like thinking, meditating out there, thinking about it. And it's like that's where he got a lot of his answers. It was like during that time for all of these amazing things that he did and like saving the South from this terrible drought and whatnot. And so it's like sometimes it's like the answers to some of your problems are like already in the thing that you're like looking at, and you kind of just need to keep diving into it.
Yeah, you should
meditating on it. You should
have said that one first because you've always liked that. It is amazing. I went to his Wikipedia once when we were talking about it on the podcast, and it's amazing like all the stuff he did with peanuts. It was like insane amount of
it's
stuff.
Like hundreds of things just with peanuts, but then he also did a bunch of other stuff with like crop rotation and agriculture and things like that. Yeah, a bunch of
science advances. It's amazing.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Shout out Black History Month, George Washington Carver.
Shout out to all the black listeners that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a ton of them. And we want to thank you for listening. Whether you're black, white, and any color that you can get out of a prism when you shine the light through it, any of those colors, we appreciate you as well. Whether you're talking about shades of color or whether you're talking about color as physics, whatever way you want to think about color.
Is it shades and hues?
Yes, but it's sometimes black is the absence of light. Sometimes black is all the colors, but sometimes white is all the colors.
True.
So wherever you are on the color
spectrum, even
wherever you are on the spectrum, thank you for listening. Share with a friend.
It's the Bad Brothers Podcast.